Welcome back, guys, and tonight we've got a bit of a long-term review for you. That's right, I've been meaning to make this video for about the last year or two, but my life just kind of got in the way, didn't get a chance to make it, so that's only better for you guys, of course. So I have had the purple pillow, the original one, with the big pillowcase on it, for 3 years now. In this video, I'm going to kind of go over what it's been like. In this first part, I'm going to kind of go over some of the basics. Then I'm going to take you to the pillow, show you how it's held up. And then for the wrap up, basically I'm going to go over some questions that may be asked and how it performs. So starting with one of the big things people look for in a product, customer service / website and ease of the flow, basically. So as far as using the website, I bought it, again, I'll say this later in the video, I bought it directly from Purple Pillow. Customer service, I've actually been in touch with them a few times over different questions about the product, and honestly, it's spectacular. I love their customer service, awesome people. Website, if I remember when I bought it 3 years ago, I think something was a little iffy on the website. I think they were maybe doing maintenance or something, but it was pretty easy going. It's just a website. So on the next topic, what I want to kind of cover, and this is kind of a big thing, when you get the pillow, you definitely want to wash everything. The pillow itself specifically, what I did is I just soaked it in the bathtub with some detergent and warm water. You don't have to do hot. The white powder, I didn't really have any. It was like a thin layer, but not much. Some people have issues with that. If I remember right, it's just like a plastic powder or something. It's nothing terrible. But so washing, I did that, and also washed the actual risers in there too. And then, of course, I do not want to put that pillow itself in a dryer. I feel like it would melt. So don't put it in the dryer. Let it kind of dry out. All it is, you have the silicone part, and then you have like a kind of a thick, hard fabric layer. So it's not hard to dry. Drying the actual risers takes more time than that. Then as far as washing it used, the pillow, I would just air dry. And then for the actual boosters, that's the right name, boosters. For the actual boosters and everything else, washer. I don't personally use a dryer, but you can. If you do, I would use low heat, but it's up to you what you do there. So I guess with that said, that's going to cover the actual basics for the purple pillow. Let's move on to the durability. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take it down layer by layer, kind of show everything as we go. I have everything that comes with the pillow in the pillow. I do use all of the boosters. I did work my way up to it because, as we're kind of going to discuss in here, it takes some getting used to this pillow. So just want to throw that out there. Everything is in here. I'm going to start with the actual, with the actual pillowcase. This is from Purple also. It is kind of a stretchy jersey type material. It is $35 as of right now. And as far as how it is held up, let me get out of the pillow for you. I mean, there hasn't been any ripping, any separation of the threads or anything. There is some balling, but that is kind of to be expected with this type of material. I use jersey bedding, so I'm kind of used to it. But so I've had it for about 3 years now, like I said, and it's held up pretty good. I've never used the other one. It does come in a pack of 2. Yeah, there's a spot on there that I don't know where it came from, but all the threading looks just fine. Here is a new one that I've never used. It does come in a bag like this. Here's a new one. As you can see, it looks much more silky. As far as stretchiness, it's not much different. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but this is a new one. And then, so here's the old one. So I would say after 3 years of literally every night use, it has held up just fine. So moving on to the actual pillow. Moving on to the actual pillow itself, it does have this case. It comes with all of the pillows. I have, of course, used it since the very beginning, of course. It itself, again, there isn't any ripping, any sort of damage to it. It's held up perfect. It is stretchy also. It is definitely slightly yellowed. I'm thinking some citric acid may help with that. I actually did a video on citric acid, and I found that it helped mildly, but I've been doing more and more with it, and I think with the right stains, it actually does work. But yeah, as far as the actual case, yeah, it's held up pretty perfect. So there you go. And as for the boosters, we're gonna do the pillow last because I really want to talk about that pillow. It does come with a thin, a thick. You can do one or the other when you sleep with it. They have held up okay. Some of the, you can see right there, it is starting to burst right there. Just the material underneath. The thread itself is very secure. This isn't going to fail. But when I was looking at it, it just kind of done that at random spots. Just so you know, all aspects of this pillow is washable. So just in case you didn't know that. As far as the actual cushions, issues with them, the only thing I've had, oh, by the way, on this, I use this one first, and it is starting to separate after 3 years. As for the issues that I do have with these cushions, so this is a 10-pound pillow, so it does not move. If you do shift it around, these will kind of, separate to the side, and you got to kind of realign it, whatever it may be. But it's not a huge deal. If you don't ever have issues with your pillow moving, which typically I don't, you'll be fine. But if you move the pillow or something, you may have that issue. And then getting onto the actual pillow. So on the actual pillow, this is the back side you're looking at. They have this kind of here that has this backing to it. And I can't confirm, but I believe later iterations don't have this cover. I can't really confirm that, but I've been looking at online pictures and it looks like there is. Now for the front, how the pillow itself is held up, before I show it to you, there is yellowing on it. I can't get it off. I think it's soaked into the silicone. So just a heads up, that's why I'm doing this last. As for the front, as you can see, it is, I wouldn't say matted together because it's silicone, but it is kind of, it's lost its memory sort of. But the important thing is, it's exactly the same to push down on. This pillow feels exactly the same as it did 3 years ago. As far as the break-in period, I came from a really small pillow to this, so I can't really say too much on that. So keep that in mind, what I just said. But I do feel like there's going to be a pretty big break-in period because, one second, I got a pillow off my guest bed. Whenever you have a regular pillow, it is just feathers basically, and it's rounded. This has some amount of backbone, not much, but I feel like you feel it more at first. So the big thing is that it's squared, and it does fairly hold that shape throughout the night. So that may cause some discomfort. That's just kind of what I've noticed. So as far as break-in period, that may take an issue. Again, I would start with, the thinner, then move up. But I mean, as far as being structure-wise, I mean, it's great. It's just soft, but just firm enough. I don't think anybody's gonna have an issue with this because even with it, with nothing on it, it is pretty firm. When my head is on it, it maybe goes down to about there. So maybe 1/4 inch of depression. It's pretty great, and like I said, after 3 years, I don't have any complaints on it, honestly. I just want to give heads up on the break-in period and the price, to be honest. But everything else about it, I think this is going to last another 3 years easily. And yeah, so I guess with that said, let's wrap this up in the kitchen. Be back in a moment. All right, so on for the wrap-up part. And again, I do want to apologize for being kind of out of breath. I am congested, and it's hot in here. So I do want to apologize for the terrible audio in there. But for the wrap-up, I kind of want to go over some questions that gets answered and go over the kind of some more important things. So some of you may like to know that it is a USA-made pillow. So it's made in the US, which is a big selling point. It is hypoallergenic, so that's a good thing to have. They do market as being durable, and I'd say that's definitely true. What I love about the pillow is that there is a 100 night trial. What I am gonna say, if after 2 weeks you're still not loving it because it still hurts or something, just give it more time. This pillow takes some time getting used to. As soft and good as it looks, it takes some getting used to. So don't be surprised if in 2 weeks you're still kind of on the fence about it. Because I would say if by the month mark you're not really feeling most of the way good about it, then I would look at it. But they do give you over 3 months. So then of course there's a 1-year warranty on that in the pillowcase. As far as it keeping you cool, I've never had much of an issue with hot pillows, but it's not that much cooler. I wouldn't buy it for that reason. Yes, it works, but not that great. So don't buy it if you're wanting a pillow to keep you 100% cool. But said it does help some. And as far as the sizing on it, they do make smaller version for kids. So, and honestly, if I could do it over again, I probably would have gotten the kids because it's smaller. Because as you can tell by my head prints on that, I don't use the whole pillow, but it's nice because it has that weight and it doesn't shift around. So yes, I do like it, but there you go. So as far as anything else on it, I do buy it directly from Pillow. I've been hearing a lot of issues of fakes on Amazon, and there are a lot of counterfeit ones on there. So I personally recommend buying directly from Purple. As far as the Purple Pillow goes, I guess that's going to wrap up the review. So with that said, you got any questions for me? Put in the comments. If you want to review or try, put in the comments. With that said, thank you guys very much for watching. You have a good night.